Hello, I thought we'd have a look at the Port of Par Bagnalls. Um, I've bought two. I've gone for the blue one for the yellow, but let's talk about the blue one first. The front is very nice. It looks like that the smokebox has got rivets on it and that the tanks are of a welded design construction. You can see the buffers, they're sprung from what I believe. Here you can see the whistle and the safety valves and the dome. The coal is removable, although you can remove it. I probably won't. I may just put coal on top because that's where the screws are to get the cab off. This is the back of the loco. As you can see, there's glazing in the back windows as well as the front. They've also provided, or in a separate bag, doors and slides for the back of the cab and for the door and for the cab doors rather. You can also see that the roof vent is open. Unfortunately, I don't think you can close it. Here is a look at into the cab from what is technically the fireman's side, because reversing levers on the other side. You can see there's some detail in there. You can see the NCB is printed nice and crisp. So I don't think the real locos actually ever worked at a colliery, but so this is a freelanced edition by Rapido. Here's a look into the cab of the locomotive through the back. You can see the gauge glasses, or the gauge glass, the regulator, the reverser and the brake handle quite easily, although a little bit difficult because it's quite dark. It's probably easier in person. I believe these locos were single drive originally. They may have to be crewed by two people now thanks to current health and safety laws. This is the left hand side. Looking at the motion, as you can see, the wheels are painted red, which makes it look a lot better compared to the yellow because the finish doesn't quite seem right. And as you can see, this has no name, so give me suggestions for a name if you get this far in. Just a look at the right hand side now. It's pretty much the same, so I'll keep this extremely brief because there's nothing new to add. Here is the yellow one. Looking at the front, pretty much the same as the blue one, except on the front you've got Port of Par written on the front. It does look quite nice. It also looks a bit like a certain two characters from a certain railway series and TV series, but then again these were the basis for those characters, so that's probably why those characters were painted yellow. Here's a look at the nameplate. It is printed on, although there is a etched option in the bag. You can also see the sandboxes quite here, nicely on here. Not much else really to say basically. Here's a look at the yellows, whistle and safety valves. There's also builder's plate on this one compared to the other one. There's also an etched option for the builder's plate should you want to put it on, obviously. The firebox is in a grey metal colour, whereas on the blue one it was blue. This is a look at the right hand side. As you can see, the motion is not red. It's got more of a plasticky look to it, but I'm led to believe it's metal as well. You can see the brake handle inside the cab. You can tell quite how small these are, which is a bit surprising, but at least they're not as small as the flying buffer beam. Here's a look into the cab on the fireman's side. Not much more to say, basically, because it's pretty much the same as the other one, just yellow. Here's a look into the back for the cab. You can still see the brake handle, the gauge glasses. I think I can see the regulator, Again, they're quite dark in the photo, they look a bit bright in real life. Pretty much the same, that you get the slides and doors for the cab and the back. The roof vent isn't posable, but it still looks nice. Now I'll look at the left hand side, basically showing what we showed on the right hand side. Pretty much exactly the same. I still think the finish on the motions looks a bit plasticky. It still looks like a lovely Loco though, and I've tested on the yellow one, it runs well. I'm looking forward to getting back to the club and testing the blue one. I probably won't say too much now as we get towards the end, but here's a look at both of them together. I think they look quite nice, especially on the photo board that me and my uncle made. I hope you enjoyed these next few photos. I'll talk about the accessories when we get to the accessories. Here's the crew for Model U. This is for the green twin pack. I bought this because it had 2 crew people, so I've got a person for each one. However, I'm probably going to set this up with a second crew person so I could run it at the club as running a heritage train, because the modern day laws, I believe, rules require them to have 2 people and not 1. So I've got to find other people I have lying about to use. Just something to think about if you're thinking about buying 1 or 2. Maybe Model U will see this video, they probably won't. But if they do, can you make a 2-person crew pack, please? Here is the accessories bag for the yellow one. You can see there's etched builder's plates, name plates. You've got the doors and the slides for the cab size and the back of the Loco. You can just about see a brake pipe, and I think there's some dummy screw link couplings in there as well. And this is the accessories pack for the blue one. You don't have the builder's plates or the name plates in here, you just have the doors and slides, the brake pipes and the screw link couplings.